Welcome back to Life on Purpose. I am Stephanie Epps. In today's video, we are talking about marathon training. This is month number 2, recap and catch up. On this channel, we talk all things living life on purpose and with intention. Last year, I trained for a marathon up to my 40th birthday, and as I move into year 41, I am training for another marathon. I am running the Marine Corps Marathon in October. One of my closest friends, she is running it with me. I convinced her to run, and so we are training together yet independently. So what's been going on in month number 2? I have decided to complete 75 hard. So in addition to training for the marathon, I am completing 75 hard. So if you have seen any of my short form videos, I am trying to post almost every day about 75 hard. It has been a huge endeavor, a huge challenge to do marathon training and 75 hard, especially as a working wife and mom and a small business owner. I work full-time as a nurse practitioner. I have a 10-year-old. I've been married for 15, almost 16 years. And I have a part-time job at a rehab, which I work every other weekend there. As an entrepreneur, I own a yoga and Pilates studio. So I am super, super busy. I don't know why I thought that I could complete 75 hard and train for a marathon on top of my other responsibilities, but I'm taking it one day at a time, sometimes one moment at a time. Today is day 21 of 75 hard. I am completing week 8 of marathon training. So what's been going on the last 4 weeks? Running, and more running. My longest run thus far has been a little over 8 miles, and that took me, I think, about an hour and a half to run 8 miles. I ran 7 miles this past long run, which was yesterday on Saturday. I ran 7 miles, and it took me an hour and 15 minutes to run like 7.12 or 7.21 miles. So what I ran in an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm holding pace. I'm holding my pace as far as my goal time for my marathon. I have a running coach. She's actually one of my yoga and Pilates students. So it worked out really good. She actually wrote out my training plan. I'm supposed to run 5 days a week, but we made some modifications where I run 4 days a week. I have a run club, which is really myself and my coworker. We run together once a week on Tuesdays. So what I've been doing the last few weeks is alternating my mileage for Monday and Tuesday. Usually on Tuesday, I am scheduled to run a little bit longer, like 4 to 5 miles. And on Monday, I'm scheduled to run 3 miles. But I have flip-flopped those days so that Mondays I run the 4 to 5 miles. And on Tuesdays, when I have run club with my coworker, we run about 3 miles. I have also been doing my hill training and my speed work. During last year's marathon training, I did not do any focused hill training or any focused speed work. And I can definitely tell the difference in my recovery, my ability to have endurance and maintain my pace on my longer runs. So I think incorporating the hill training and the speed work have been very beneficial for me in this cycle of marathon training. One of the benefits of 75 hard is consuming 1 gallon of water. I am drinking water right now. I think the additional hydration has been helpful for my recovery with marathon training. If you watch my short form content regarding 75 hard, you'll see the foods that I eat, and I eat pretty much the same thing every day. Oatmeal, boiled eggs, Greek yogurt, hot tea. I have a protein coffee. For snacks, I have bell pepper, tomatoes. I have tuna for lunch or for dinner. Sometimes I'll eat in the doctor's and nurse practitioner's lounge, and there's a variety of food. Usually it's some type of meat, which I don't eat chicken, beef, pork. I only eat fish. So if they don't have a fish option, I'll get like tuna because I'm a salad bar, or I'll just make a salad. I'll eat the sides like green beans and rice. It really just kind of depends what's down there. I pack my lunch, and sometimes I'm so busy that I don't get to go up to the office to eat lunch. So I just go to the lounge and I'll pick something off of the bar there to eat. One snack that I have been thinking about incorporating on a daily basis is pickles. I cramped in my thighs horribly bad for 13 miles in the 2025 marathon. And I think that had I been consuming pickles or drinking pickle juice, that may have been helpful for me. So that's something I'm thinking about incorporating, is having just like a pickle a day. And perhaps that'll make a difference in my recovery, the longevity in my programming throughout this training block and for the marathon. My friend Nicole, who also registered for Marine Corps Marathon, she is using, I think, Strava as far as her training plan goes. And our programming is pretty similar. She actually just bought a Garmin this past week. I bought my Garmin in 2024 when I had started training for the 2025 marathon. I trained for a year for that marathon because I had not been doing any distance running. I had been working out consistently, but as far as running, I felt 1 year would be proper training for that marathon. This cycle, I think my training block is marathons in October. I started training in May. So what's that? 5 months? I think so, 5 or 6 months that I'm training this go round. So I think I'm going to be good. I'm hopeful. My goal is to enjoy the race, complete the race injury-free, and fingers crossed I make my goal time. The main challenge I have experienced during marathon training, along with 75 hard, in life in general, even last year when I was training for the 2025 marathon, is obtaining enough sleep. Sleep, I need more of it. I know I need more of it. The reason I bought my Oura Ring is because I was not sleeping adequately, and unfortunately I continue to not sleep adequately. Over the last 3 weeks since Memorial Day, I have averaged about 4 hours of sleep, and it has just been wearing me down. After this video, I'm going to shower and go to bed. I have to get up in the morning and 5 miles on deck because it's Monday. I have to find a way to improve my sleep habits and obtain at least 6 hours of sleep. 6 hours of sleep is just enough for me. If I can sleep 7 hours, I'm golden. I feel amazing when I sleep 6 to 7 hours. And it's a challenge for me because of my commitments. I wake up early to work out or run. I shower. I have a 50-minute commute to work. I'm usually at work by 6:15. And I don't leave work. The goal is to leave work at 3, but oftentimes don't leave until 5. And on the days I'm able to leave in time, drive 50 minutes home, I try to take my daughter to swim practice. She has a 2-hour swim practice. The drive there is 45 minutes to an hour. The drive back, that's because of traffic. The drive back is about 35 minutes. And then we have dinner, shower, bed, and if there are any final tasks of 75 hard that I need to complete, like finishing my water or reading my 10 pages, I try to wrap those things up. Lately, I've been going to bed around 11, and I'm waking up between 3:30 and 4, and it's not sustainable. So I'm trying to find a better practice, a better plan of action. This last week, rather than waking up early every day to work out or run, I have slept an extra hour and had to do 2 workouts after work, which can be a challenge. So during the 2-hour swim practice, during that first hour, I would walk outside in the parking lot for 45 minutes. And then when I got home, I would do yoga, Pilates, or walk on my walking pad. I have a treadmill. I don't usually walk on my treadmill as part of 75 hard. and the walking pad's in my bedroom, so I can walk on the walking pad, take a shower, brush my teeth, and go to sleep. Versus like my treadmill is downstairs in my office, so it's half office, half like workout area. So I have treadmill, bike, pull-up dip bar, we have a weight bench, and like dumbbells, and on the other side is my desk, chair, my little bookcase, things like that. So it's a pretty good sized room. But in the evening times, the last thing I want to do is work out downstairs and then come upstairs to shower and go to bed. I'm trying to find the path of least resistance, and that walking pad is one of the ways I am able to complete my tasks for 75 hard and to take some of the strain off. I need less strain, less pressure. You're probably thinking, why would you sign up to do 75 hard? For me, it's about discipline, trying to have more mental clarity, focus. It's not about like weight loss and leaning out and all that stuff. I had a pretty big weight loss a few years ago. It was about 45 pounds. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was working out appropriately, but I wasn't nourishing myself. I wasn't eating well. And I really have gotten control of my nutrition, thank the good Lord. And I have been able to keep the weight off. So for me, this 75 hard program is the mental toughness of trying to find that discipline, that mental toughness, that clarity for these bigger goals that I have that are beyond physical. So I used to be a really big reader, and I'm getting back to my reading. The first book I completed for 75 hard was this past week. It was the 12-week year. I'm now reading Winning the War in Your Mind, which I'm really enjoying this. It has quite a few references biblically, which have been very empowering for me during this time. It is day 18 of 75 hard. First workout of the day is on deck, 5-mile run. We're gonna see what happens. It was raining, it has now stopped. I've got to get my run in, and I'll come back inside, and I either do yoga or Pilates, or I'll do a walk on the treadmill. We'll see what happens. Let's go run 5 miles. Mile 1, 10:35. Story time. It took me 2 hours to get home today, which means I missed my hot Pilates class. I couldn't teach it because I wasn't here. Traffic was backed up. I was going 0 miles per hour. My plan: teach hot Pilates, take hot yoga, and go for a run. Didn't happen, but I'm showing up for my run anyway. Mile 2, 10:35. Story time number 2. I almost ran on the treadmill today because it was raining, but I came out here anyway. Light drizzle. It feels great. I got to get more outside runs in when I can. And today's the day. 10:19. I realized why my leg was hurting the other day so bad. I walked on the walking pad for 3 days in my socks. So, learning experience. Don't walk on the walking pad in your socks. 10:44. What I've learned in marathon training, distance running, and in the short 2 weeks of the second round of 75 hard, you have to implement, you have to live, you have to practice discipline. There are going to be hard days. You have to show up anyway. Pivot where you need to, but do not give up. 10:22. Moral of the story: show up anyway. Do it hard. Show up for yourself. So this wraps up our recap of month 2 of 2026 marathon training. Feel free to leave your comments, questions below. And if you have any recommendations for marathon training, for improving my sleep habits, for sleep training, or any supportive words in order to complete 75 hard and marathon training, please comment them below. I would appreciate it. Y'all be sure to like, subscribe, and share this channel with a friend.